In this video, you're going to learn how to play Alex Van Halen's drum intro from the song Hot for Teacher, one of the most famous drum parts ever recorded, but also one of the most debated. And we're going to break this into 4 sections. We're going to explain what's happening at each part, break it down slowly, and at the end of the video, we're going to practice this part together at slow, medium, and album tempos so you can get this happening on your own drum kit. Let's dive in. Starting with the first 6 bars of the song, this is the most confusing and widely debated part of this drum part. And this is actually played over here on the electronic Simmons pad. If you've never seen one of these were really popular in the 80s. And this is just an electronic drum that feels like you're playing on a granite tabletop or something like that. But if you don't have that on your kit, that's totally cool. You can play this on the floor tom. And this rhythm is based on a hybrid rudiment called the herta. And that sounds like this. So we have those 2 quick notes followed by the 2 slower notes. And in this case, it's 2 16ths followed by 2 8th notes. The next thing to watch for is the paradiddle sticking at the beginning of bar 3. We're going to play that as right, left, right, right. And that sets us up for the triplet rhythm that happens at the end of bar 3 into bar 4. And there's no footage of Alex playing this in the studio, so we don't know exactly the sticking he used. But when I play this on the kit, this is the sticking that's most natural. And at the end of the intro played on the Simmons pad, we actually have a bar of 3-4 where I don't know if that was planned out intentionally or if that's just the way it worked out. But it's a bar of 3-4, and the sticking at the very end of that bar is going to be left, right, right, left. And that's going to set us up for section 2, which we'll get to in a minute. So let's put this all together. All the notation is going to be on screen. We're going to play this really slowly a few times, and we're going to debunk this rhythm and get it happening on your own kit. Moving into section 2, we have a bit of a shift where at first we were playing more 16th note based rhythms. Now we're in a triplet feel. And we have the double bass shuffle happening underneath, but we're still over here playing on the Simmons pad. So keep that in mind. It feels a little bit weird if you're playing this with a click track or something, switching from those 16ths to the triplets. For the double bass shuffle, the most challenging part is actually just getting into the shuffle because Alex starts on the upbeat of beat 1 with the non-dominant foot. So you have this little pickup and then you settle into the groove and then you pretty much just keep that going for the rest of the intro. But it's a little bit challenging to get that upbeat happening right at the beginning. In terms of left foot versus right foot lead, it's totally up to you which one you want to use. I personally prefer anchoring and leading with the left foot. That's just my personal preference. I believe from seeing the live footage of Alex playing in some of the shows and stuff in 1984, it looks like he's leading with the right foot, but totally up to you which one you want to use. In terms of the sticking pattern for this part where you're playing over here on the Simmons pad or on your floor tom, there's lots of different stickings you could use, but personally, when you're up at 256 BPM, which is album tempo, I've found that using mainly single strokes for the triplets works best, and all of that's going to be written on screen so you can follow along. But again, if you find a sticking pattern that works better for you, maybe with the right, right, left sticking, feel free to use that if you want. Right now, let's put all this together and let's try to get the double bass happening along with the triplet rhythms over here on this side of the kit. Section 3 is where things really start to get interesting, where we have all these different layers and sounds happening at the same time. So starting with the hands, we're actually going to split our hands between the Simmons pad and the Rototom. Over here on the Simmons pad, we're going to keep time, almost foreshadowing some of the rhythms we're going to be playing on the ride cymbal later on, where we have these quick doubles. And what's tricky about the right hand pattern is it's not always consistent. So sometimes it's just quarter notes, sometimes he's doubling on beats 1 and 3. So really just follow the notation and you'll be well on your way. With the left hand, he's playing almost a Gene Krupa big band style rhythm, and it's swinging and it really gives you that old school feel. Underneath all of that, we still keep the double bass shuffle happening with both the kick drums. Follow along with the notation. There's lots of little details that we're going to be looking at here, and let's try this all together at a slow tempo. Section 4, the final section, this is where things finally settle into a groove after all the chaos that we just went through. This is Alex's tribute to Billy Cobham on Quadrant 4 and Simon Phillips on Space Boogie. And what's cool about his version of this groove is, yes, we have the double bass still happening, but what he's playing on the ride cymbal, he's playing these quick double strokes on beats 1 and 3. And it gives it this really syncopated but slightly unsettling feeling. And it's just classic Alex Van Halen. So we're gonna look at that groove. I do wanna mention, as you get into this groove, coming out of the Simmons and the Rototom part, there's a big crash cymbal accent on the and of beat 4, and then there's another crash down on beat 2. So it kind of messes with how you perceive the timing a little bit. I know I've messed up like some of the bars and the counting just getting into that part. And then at the end of the phrases, we have these big china and snare accents that happen on the and of 3 and the and of 4. So we're going to practice this right now. Let's try this at a slow tempo. Okay, we've covered all 4 sections of the Hot for Teacher drum intro. We just went over a ton of information and lots of things to practice. Before you jump into the workout section of the video, which we're going to get to, feel free to spend more time on those individual sections. Make sure you have all the parts down, the stickings, the rhythms, all that good stuff. Right now, we're going to put the full drum intro together from top to bottom, and this is going to be the exact transcription of what Alex plays on the record. We're going to start at half speed, then we're going to go to a medium tempo, and then we're going to go all the way up to album tempo at 256 BPM, which is ripping. But it'll be fun. We're going to have a blast. So right now, let's start at half speed. Well, there you go. That's the Hot for Teacher drum intro, originally recorded by Alex Van Halen, one of the most debated and iconic drum parts in history. And it was such a blast to spend time with you, breaking this part down, getting some practice time in, and hopefully finally debunking how to play this part so you can go play this at home, in your cover bands, wherever you want to play this song. Now, if you enjoy this play to learn style where you get to practice along with an instructor just like this is what we do on the Musora app. We have tons of lessons and courses where you get to jam along with Chad Smith, Zach Grooves, 66 Samus, Domino Sant'Antonio, myself, Ash Sohn. So many amazing drummers are over on the Musora app. And if you want to try it out, the link is down in the description. You can try it out for free for 7 days, and we'd love to spend more practice time with you over there. Also, if you're a fan of Hot for Teacher and want to know more about the history of the song and why Alex ended up using Rototoms and Simmons pads and all this gear, you can check out the other video we did here on the Drumeo YouTube channel as well. And with that, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.